Hey guys, so in this week's video, I want to be able to teach you a bunch of tips on how to catch a lot more trout. Whether you're fishing on the Great Lakes here on Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Erie, Lake Huron, a reservoir, a pond, a tributary, a stocked quarry, wherever there's trout, I'm going to give you some tips in this week's video that I promise is going to help you catch them all year long. Now, the first thing I want to go over is just a couple of the rigs that I'll be using. And here on the Great Lakes, my standard rig is just like a medium action 7-foot rod. This happens to be a trica rod, and I have it spooled up with 10-pound braid on the new Alumex Piscifun. I love this reel. It has a super smooth drag, 10 ball bearing, 6:2 gear ratio, so priced really well too. And if you're looking to pick up one of these reels, the link is in the description below. But the Piscifun reels, they are great priced reels. They work great on the Great Lakes. They work great for saltwater fishing and inland. You can pair that up on just about any spinning rod you want. If you're fishing for smaller trout, I recommend a little lighter rod. But this is my standard jigging rod that you see in a lot of the videos that I'm using. I have a 10-pound test fluorocarbon leader that I have paired up typically with just like a 1/4 ounce or a 3/8 ounce, sometimes a 1/2 ounce jig as well. Those are the three primary, I can't talk right now. Those are the sizes I use. But basically what I like to do is take like a Kalin's jig in plastic. Now again, on the Great Lakes, they're eating bigger baits, and I like to catch big fish. So I'll fish a big plastic. This is not a real big one, but it's just a 4-inch straight tail plastic. That sort of technique right there with that VMC jig head, that's the eyeball jig heads, that is a fish catcher. It doesn't matter if it's walleyes or saltwater. You know, it's a really good sharp hook. Love these jigs. The three sizes you want to pick up is you want to have a 1/4 ounce for shallow water fishing, 3/8 ounce, which I primarily use a lot, and then also a 1/2 ounce for a faster fall rate and fishing deeper water. So that's the Kalin's 4-inch plastics. They are awesome. Those are probably the two colors I use. Now, if you're going to be fishing for smaller trout, like on a reservoir or a pond or somewhere they stock trout, I want to get into talking about scent baits, right? The first thing you'll see is here on the Great Lakes or anywhere you fish, trout and salmon, they will eat eggs. Now, these are brown trout eggs. That's what they look like. And people are always asking me, how do you cure your eggs, or what are you putting in your eggs? And the number one thing is, a lot of our fish, guys, do not naturally reproduce. So we will get a fish, we'll harvest some of the eggs out and then let it go. That actually goes towards your fish catch for the day too. If you harvest some eggs, goes even if you let the fish go. So, and then we'll keep the eggs, and what I do is I just dry them off and I vacuum seal them and freeze them. And then all I do is cut them open them up, get some squares, some square nettings, get a spoon, put it in the square, wrap it up. If you haven't seen how I tied up spawn in some of my previous videos, check it out. Wrap up the spawn bag. Some you can put floaters, some not. But the whole key to the spawn is those fish are smelling it and seeing it. So you don't want to put a lot of cure on your eggs. Just leave them natural as much as possible. Remember, they're eating natural dead carcasses that don't have cure on them, okay? It's a natural forage. So, you know, you can put a little bit of pink or a little bit of color on them if you're going to be fishing the tributaries. But when I'm fishing out in the lakes or anywhere, I am not putting any cure of any sort on my eggs. I take them and I put them up and make little spawn bags, and this is basically what they'll look like. And this works for cohos this time of the year. You can see that is oil coming off them, and you can smell them, and if they don't stink and they smell like fish oil should smell like, and that's what's all over my bibs here when you see me go like that and make fish oil. But the key with the fish and the fish oil, it's the scent, guys. A lot of, here's another really big tip. If you can get some good eggs, whether they're salmon eggs, brown trout eggs, what have you, where they're a big oil based, and you can take a little bit of them, a little section of them, and you break the eggs, break the eggs, so you basically have an oil scent. and you take that and you cut up some shrimp. So I don't have any shrimp that I can show you that I'm going to cut up, but I did bring a prop. I brought a piece of bread that I decided to try to shape like a shrimp. Maybe, you know, like a little head and a tail. That might help. Does that help, guys? There's my shrimp. Well, looks maybe like a little mermaid or a person. Probably shouldn't have an arm there, but like that. Well, anyway, so look, you got your shrimp, right? You cut it up with a knife in like little pieces. Chunk, 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 chunk. Take your eggs, your oil, put it on your shrimp. Okay, your oil from the eggs, put it on the shrimp. Okay, mix that together. And then let that shrimp sit in the soaked eggs. And that, I don't care where you're fishing. If you're fishing a reservoir or anywhere, if you fish the eggs where it's legal, because every state's a little different, and live bait is different in certain ponds and reservoirs, so make sure you follow your law and regulations. But if it's legal, yes, the scent baits work amazing. Even like the power baits and stuff like that work great. Now, a lot of guys say, well, what if I can't get eggs? Well, you do have to look online. I do believe there are places you can get them online, but it means you have to catch a fish or get a female and then use the eggs, break them up, put them over some shrimp. If you can't get eggs, get shrimp or get waxworms. Get some waxworms for those of you that are live bait fishermen. It works really well. Now, if you want to use artificials to catch these fish that work in certain areas where you can't have any live bait or scented baits. One of the best things you can use is a tube jig right there. And that's like a 2-inch tube, works in the fall. You see what I did many years ago before I saw anyone selling them. They sell them like this now. Many years ago, I mean like 15, 20 years ago, I'd get a tube head, jig head, tie on a little bit of tinsel like that, and then I just would take it, push it all the way up in the tube here, like this. And then you just have that regular tube with a little tinsel right there. Pop that hook out. Now that's a bigger one. That works good on the Great Lakes. But if you're going to be fishing in inland or for small trout, like your crappie tiny size tubes just like this, a 1/32, a 16th ounce, tiny stuff. The biggest mistake I see guys make is when they're fishing for even these little tiny trout is they're not using tiny hooks. They're not using light enough line, like a finesse. You go to these inland ponds and stuff, you got to have 4-pound test, you know, at the heaviest mainly 6, but 4-pound test, guys. In a tiny little hook, you put that spawn or that shrimp, any of that, and you cast it out on the bottom. You put a bottom rig, a 2-way rig, or throw it under a little float, just a split shot, throw it out and just let it sit there, and you wait and you let the fish come. That is one of the most deadly techniques. It works for me on the Great Lakes fishing for spawn. That way you can fish the shrimp and stuff off the bottom with floaters in spawn netting. So your scent baits, your finesse baits, like a little tiny spinner, a little tiny swim bait is going to work really good with light line. I've got like the Carbon X, I've got the 5,000 and the 1,000, my ice fishing rods that I use with 8-pound braid and a real light little rod. So hopefully those tips help you catch some fish in this week's Piscifun video. Now what I'm going to do is go out and just show you, see if I can catch a couple of fish on spawn or maybe using a tube jig. It's April right now. We're going to see if we can catch a couple of these big Great Lakes trout, but I promise you the same techniques that I'm going to show you today and that you just saw me talk about will work wherever you're from. So here we go. Let's go fishing. Got him. Big one. Got him. On a little jig. All right. Just finesse fishing right now, guys. Light line, 6-pound test. Sometimes these fish, They'll eat a big plastic, but in these marinas, you got to basically take your crappie gear. And I'm using 6-pound test, so see if I could show you this fish. Wait a second here. Hang on here with me, guys. It's a nice fish here. It's not a giant, but I'm just gonna take my time because I only have 6-pound test. There he is up top. Big head shakes. Oh, it's a small one. Not that big at all. Just a scrappy guy. Just don't want to lose my little jig. Little panfish. Come on, come on. Work him to the back of the boat here. There he is. Come here. Nice fish. All right. Put them in the net and we'll unhook them and see how this works out right here. Trying to film this fish. Come here, come here. Oh my God. All right guys, got him. I'll show you this little bait real quick. This little finesse bait. Little tiny plastic. Just to show you they'll eat a big plastic. But look at this bait. They'll eat that tiny bait too, see that? All right, get them unhooked. Little guy, 4 or 5 pounder. All right, there's my bait. Little tiny spawn bag, number 10 Gamakatsu hook. No float, nothing, just weightless, 6-pound test leader. Let's throw that right in there. I can see these fish just sitting in there. Clear out the ice out of my eyelets. Can make a better cast. Got him, biggin, right here, biggin. That was so cool. That was such a cool eat. Look at them big head shakes. Oh, I just saw him eat it real shallow. What's crazy, this one has another bait in it, in his tail. That was so cool watching him eat that. Oh, whoa, he just woke up. Come here, come here. No, no, no. Come here, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. Come here. Come here. Finesse sight fish and giant browns, weightless spawn bag. This one's even got a jig in its tail. Big fish though, another big fish. Another really nice big brown. That's a big fish. On a weightless spawn bag. Oh! My bag just came out. Look at the, that's all right, we're gonna let him go, but that was cool. It's about a 15-pounder. Gonna eat it? Oh my God, how did he not eat that? How did he not eat that? Oh my God. Eat it, eat it. Yep, got him. Look at that, that was so cool. Way up shallow. That was really cool. There's a bunch of them up shallow. Weightless spawn bag. So hard to catch these big fish. They're just spawning, so you just gotta have a fly. I bet you oh, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. No, 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 no. Come here, come here, come here. We gotta pull you over here. That's a nice fish. Come here. No, 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 no. Come here, come here. Oh, no, he's over here. Come here, come here. Good, 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 good. There he is. That's a nice fish. Sight fishing, up shallow, weightless spawn sack. Right in the mouth. Pretty cool. Big, he's all scarred up. Nasty fish. I don't eat these fish, they're just fun to catch. Get some of the biggest brown trout in the world here. Alright, let me grab my net. Come here, buddy. Come here. Let's get you all the way to the other side where the net is. Right to the back of the boat. Nice big brown. Unhook them. All beat up. Look at that. Nice kiped up brown trout. See you later. Got him. Biggin, biggin, biggin. That's a biggin. That's a biggin. It's a big fish. Oh no, he came off. Oh, he came back for it. No way. No way. No way. He came back for it, you guys, and he's a giant. Look. Oh my God, he's a giant. I missed him. He came off, and he came back for it. Wow. 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 I guess when they want to eat it, they want to eat it. Nice fish. Real nice fish. I have no idea how I lost this fish. Then he came back. Big mama. Oh, yeah. Big mama. Look at this fish. Another 30-incher. Got him. Biggin, biggin. Yes, biggin. Stay on. That's a big one. This, oh my God. Stay on, stay on. That's a big fish, guys. This is a big one. Big head shakes. Feels heavy. Stay on. Stay on. Oh yeah, he's a giant. Giant. Oh, it's a giant. It's a giant, guys. It's a big one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that tanker. Oh, look at that tanker. Big one. I'm gonna go to the back. Another big mama. Oh yeah. Average size has just been freaking huge. Followed it around, okay. All right. Big mama. Oh yeah, look at this fish, you guys. Look at this fish. Oh, stay down, stay down, stay down over here. Stay down, come here. That's a giant, giant female. Big one. Oh yeah, let's get her in the net. Come here. We're drifting. Come on. Come on. Got her. Oh, man. Another tank. Another big one. I'll show you guys this fish, but look at how thick it is across the back. That's probably 31, 32 inches. 12, 14 pounder. Big female. All right, guys, I'm gonna hold this fish up, big female, and then I'm gonna bump it just so you have an idea of how big these fish really are. So you can see how many inches it is. There she is, guys. Big female. That's a 31 incher, guys. All right, we're gonna get her back. All right, guys, look at this big female. I'm gonna let her go. See ya, mama. There she goes. Guys, it has been a beat down. Caught some fish jigging. The wind was crazy before. Caught them finesse fishing, caught them sight fishing, caught them with jigs and plastic. So like I said earlier when I started, one of the best kept harbors here in the entire state, Kenosha Harbor. I love coming down here, driving 45 minutes south. A lot of guys just drive right by this to come up to Milwaukee. And for all you guys that are up north that are driving by the Sheboygan Harbor and Sheboygan River, let me tell you, that's really good too. I'll be doing some videos up there. But thanks for watching this week's video. I gotta get rolling, heading back down to Florida. Leave me a comment. What do you prefer, freshwater fishing over saltwater? And you can't say freshwater if you've never tried saltwater fishing. I actually prefer saltwater fishing over freshwater. Everything fights harder, tastes better. But heading down back to Florida tomorrow. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys.